my brothers and sisters? Y'all know the vibes. You know, something you often hear me say is tap into your high power without really explaining what that means. And the other day while I was talking to a friend, she asked me, what is high power? And what the hell are the three I's for? Like, is it supposed to be high power? And so today, I want to share what high power means to me and what it represents. You see, high power is an internal belief system. It's a whole new paradigm of seeing ourselves. And it's a movement that I invite you all to be a part of. When I say tap into your high power, it's a call to action to go within yourselves in order to realize your worth and actualize your higher true self. But before I explain more, you have to understand a little bit about me. You see, I have this belief that the more I understand myself, the more I understand others, because deep down, we're all the same. We may each have unique stories and life experiences and unique talents and gifts, but we go through the same emotions. And many of us battle with the same unconscious limiting beliefs that hold us back. You know, we each have our own trials and tribulations, but what I realize is that the lessons I've gained from my struggles aren't so different from the lessons you might have learned from your struggles. We're all human at the end of the day, and we all tend to make the same mistakes in life. So although my story might be unique to me, I'm sure it will resonate with some of you. You see, growing up, I always had a hard time believing in myself. From being held back in the first grade and really struggling in school to being picked on by others, including my own siblings. I was conditioned to view myself and believe that I wasn't smart enough. I wasn't competent. I wasn't capable. And I felt so inadequate from the age of about 7 to up until recently, honestly. And this fed other limiting beliefs like I'm not worthy and I'm insignificant, which subconsciously fed other limiting beliefs like not being able to trust myself. And so underneath the surface, I thought very low of myself growing up. My confidence and self-esteem was dependent on the validation I received from other people. And when that validation wasn't there, I felt small and insecure. But deep down, I always felt like I had so much more potential. Like a part of me believed that within me lied so much power. And I just wanted to break free from all the limitations, break free from the doubt and fear, break free from the insecurities and emotional blockages. Just break free and open all the possibilities I saw in the world but believed weren't available to me because of how I thought of myself. Like many of us who've been conditioned since birth to view ourselves and the world a certain way, a way in which we perceive ourselves as unworthy and the present moment as not good enough. And we believe there's some other place in the future that holds the key to our happiness. And so we chase this dream of the future where we believe we'll finally have everything we want. We'll finally be worthy and enough. But as we get closer to this dream, we always end up dissatisfied again with ourselves and our current reality. And so we keep chasing a new dream of how we expect life to be. But I believe this familiar cycle of chasing leaves us feeling unfulfilled, depressed, lost, stuck, anxious, and alone. We struggle to believe in ourselves and believe that we are worthy. We are enough. We are capable. We are significant. And the world just seems to reaffirm these beliefs. Just look around at our culture, my brothers and sisters. Open up your eyes. Everything feels so superficial, so surface level, built upon the ideologies of capitalism, which says the more you have, the more you're worth. So we seek external power in the form of material possessions and status in our society. And there's no one to blame but ourselves for this paradigm in society that we live in. And we each have to take responsibility for the system that the world operates on because we're each a part of it. And when I say paradigm, I mean the patterns, the thoughts, the beliefs and behaviors that we have as a collective. For example, the belief that I'm not good enough and the behavior as a result of that belief, like not going for the goals we feel called to and seeking external things to fill that void we feel within ourselves. But what I come to realize is that this perception of ourselves and reality is deeply rooted in the ego, this unconscious, false sense of self that identifies with very limiting physical forms such as material possessions, appearances, and non-physical forms such as status, traditions, and beliefs in order to give oneself a sense of worth. But this sense of worth we derive from these limiting forms is really based on the attachment we place on these things. And I believe this attachment is the precursor to our own self-induced suffering. Because when the attachment we have around these forms, whether they're physical or non-physical, is threatened, we go into a state of defensiveness. And this exposes our lack of inner self-worth, because who you truly are, my brothers and sisters, needs no defending. As divine, creative geniuses, our self-worth and power comes from the knowingness that we are extensions of Source, the Most High. And when you truly know yourself and know your worth, there's no need for defensiveness, because truth, my brothers and sisters, needs no defending. Like I said, the more we know and understand ourselves, the more we're able to understand others, because we all come from the same source. And as we grow in our understanding of ourselves and each other, we grow in our connection with Source, the one true source of love in all creation. And the more we tap into Source, the presence of God, the more we tap into our true self-worth, our higher true self, our high power. And that's what high power means to me. It's a state of being that reflects love and transcends fear. It's the self-realization of the divine power that lies within each of us as extensions of Source, and the self-actualization of our creative genius through the manifestation of our true purpose that we've been given. The Bible says in Genesis 1:27, so God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. But what does it mean to be created in the image of God? I believe it means that we share in his likeness. We share the same divine power to create and manifest non-physical into physical form. And with that belief, with that perspective of oneness and potential, there's no telling what we can do when we really come together. We're more than enough, my brothers and sisters, more than capable, more than worthy. Whenever you doubt yourself and feel less than, I want you to look yourself in the mirror, literally step in front of the mirror and look yourself in the eyes and tell yourself that you believe in you. Remind yourself that your true sense of worth is not attached to anything outside of you. It lies within. And so every time you hear me say, tap into your higher power, I want you to feel that shit. I want you to go within yourselves in order to realize your worth and actualize your higher true self. I want you to let go of your fear and step into your power, because that's what true self-love looks like. I want you to realize the divine power that lies within each of you and actualize your true vision of life. Not the vision that's based on your feeling of lack and dysfunction. I mean the vision that was written and given to you. Don't be one of those people who chase the wrong things in life and end up feeling incomplete. My brother Kendrick Lamar said, run away from the culture and follow your heart. We each have a destiny to fulfill, my brothers and sisters, and it's much bigger than ourselves. And if you're really struggling right now with your self-worth, struggling to believe in yourself and feel confident, if you feel lost right now and stuck because of a lack of direction in your life, if you need help right now achieving your goals and you want to tap into that next level, tap into your high power, holler at me. You see those three I's in high power stand for inspire, influence, and impact. And that is the mission, to inspire generations to tap into their higher true self in order to realize their power, to influence people to lead with love in order to honor one another and honor source, and to impact the world by shifting the mental paradigms, the patterns of thought in which we perceive ourselves in reality with a limiting perspective in order to actualize our true vision, our true mission, our true purpose. Join me on this movement, my brothers and sisters. It's bigger than me. Tap in. We are living in a very unique time in this world, a time in which we are experiencing at a rapid rate an evolution of consciousness. Tap in.